Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. Alright, let's look at research. Once again, hard as hell to deal with when you're small and don't have many things you actually need. Other than stuff to, actually produce the stuff you're researching. We could keep going down the naval invasion stuff. Maybe just straight up go full on Viking, set of naval invasions to try to disrupt or distract the socialists. That could definitely be an option. I think the next place we want to fight is maybe, so either we shore up this, because currently, this is a complete disaster. There's this is a mega encirclement waiting to happen. Unless they get military access, obviously. Like if these guys push in here, this is all fucked. Yeah, I think the next thing we deal with is either this or this. Never mind, actually, we can't go through these guys, so yeah, let's deal with this stuff down here first. And maybe do naval invasions from Sweden over down into Pomerania. I feel like this stuff is going to fix itself. And do we have any other enemies we need to deal with? This stuff is fixing itself presently, so yeah. Yeah, that's all good. But well, let's actually do the naval invasion stuff then. Well, actually, no, let's not yet. Hold on. No, we don't have any oil, really. We have some oil that we're importing, but yeah, let's just do naval invasions. No, actually, this is 301 days, so we'll start the nuclear reactor right now. Because we might be able to take some more territories, as we're planning to do, and with that we can set up some nuclear reactors, or at least one. This is all mined up. Let's set up mines here. Which will have the effect of blocking any transport through the Kiel Canal or through this area as well. Which should in effect block the syndicalists or the communards completely from any trade in this region. Their only option will then be from here, from Crimea and stuff, and that can also easily be blocked by mining up the Mediterranean Sea or the Black Sea. Which we might be doing in a moment, like later on. So, in terms of oil, we gotta deal with this oil situation, or this fuel situation. Could build another refinery. Fuck it, yeah, we'll do that. Because our navy is actually so important to us right now, or just in general, honestly. Our navy and our air force, it's one of the best ways for us to project power without actually wasting our precious divisions. Sure, let's actually rally some public support. Get party popularity up, because currently it's only at 31%, which is not unusual in Norway. Which will increase daily political power gain once we get it higher. We're not going to increase any of those. National focus. We're not occupying anything, so we don't need the partisan like the organization XU. Let's do the aluminium. Yeah, we'll do destroyer tech afterwards and start constructing destroyers. Or probably we should probably construct some. No, we need screens for these huge ships. A good thing we're actually going to be mining this now, because it seems like the entirety of the French Navy is operating out here in very small squadrons. By the French, I of course mean the Republican French Navy. Alright. Yeah, this Flanders bullshit is completely destroying our ability to actually fight here. We have to either wait until Flanders gets capitulated or something like that for the front to expand in such a way that we can actually push in. Because currently this very much works in favor of the Communards, because the Communards can now just have a small amount of men here. I mean, they do have a huge amount of men here right now, but they can maintain a smaller amount of men and maintain the front. I think maybe we'll ship off to Denmark and hope that we don't get naval invaded here, which we shouldn't. They should have no method of doing so. Who would be best to go to Denmark? Probably Ruge. There we go. And Fleischer, you can stay in London. This is kind of like World War II adjacent, and but it's not Hearts 4 related. But I did see the trailer for the new map pack for Battlefield V. Now I don't really play Battlefield anymore. I used to play Battlefield 2 a long time ago, and I played some Project Reality, a really excellent mod. And I sort of dipped into Battlefield 1 when it came out. Played a little bit of Battlefield 4, I think, with a bunch of friends, but that wasn't really my jam either. And yeah, stuff like that. But Battlefield V has done some cool stuff in terms of illuminating the Norwegian World War II history to the general public, with the Battle of Narvik, which is a map featured in the multiplayer of Battlefield V, Battlefield 5. And now they're also featuring something which I like. I saw it and I fucking... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yo, that looks fucking sick, dude. Because they're adding a map called the Lofoten Islands, which is this here. And the place that they base the maps on is a place I've been to many times. In fact, I saw the map and I was like, I can smell this map. I can feel this map right now. I feel the air. Because it actually looked so absurdly authentic. They had the Yell, which is where you hang your cod up to dry before you sell it to the Italians, because the Italians love that shit, dried cod. I mean, we do as well, and we use it in a lot of cooking. But yeah, that stuff, it looked fucking amazing. I believe the map is based on a place in Lofoten, the island chain here, which is called I think it's the so I think that's Moskenes. I think it's there about the map in a place called Reine. I think that's what the place is based on. It's a famous, very like scenic area with like a bridge going between a lot of islands. If you would like to Google it, it's Reine, and just type in Norway. You should. Yeah, it looked fucking sick, dude. Still, no real interest in the game. I think the game is a bit too chaotic for my taste. I don't have any qualms with the first-person, or sorry, very like action-heavy first-person shooters and stuff, but the squad spawning just grinds my gears. Show Tibet, we have no intentions of invading. Dude, Russia is absolutely fucked. Honestly, we should be at war with Finland. But, you know, obviously world tension isn't high enough, which I don't know how. It feels to me like the world is literally on fire, but alright. Yeah, we should be at war with Finland so that we can help the Soviets, my bad, the Russians out here. They do need it. Also, if you see the state transfer tool here, it's because I forgot to disable it after recording some Finland, where I'm going to be using it to stabilize some of the fucked up borders we got. Basically for the epilogue of that series, because that series is ending now. Right, we need to do something about the oil situation. So we could lower the amount of submarines we're using at the moment. Current consumption 1.4 per day, and 1.4k rather, and daily gain is 710. So we're using double of what we're gaining, which means that if we shelved a submarine squadron for a while, we would be maybe not positive, but very close to it. Let's see, most of it is the Navy, of course, but the air does actually take some. Though even if we halted all of our air operations, it wouldn't do anything really. Like, it wouldn't fix it. I'll halt all the ones we don't really need. Like this stuff here we do want, because we know that the enemy's here, so we're actually being very efficient, but also we do want to make sure that this is complete. We'll have a look at can we see how many ships were lost to mines? Is there a way to do that? I don't think there is. But I do know that it does increase naval supremacy or superiority, even if we might be lacking in ships. So it is useful in that regard. What if actually my man's here? Oh yeah, he's got some traits. That's a Silent Hunter. No, actually, we haven't really lost a lot of subs. And we can produce new ones. Let's do Lancer. Focus on doing damage over over not being spotted. And he is doing a lot of mine laying, so let's hope that our tech keeps us concealed, and let's give him mine layer. Because we are planning on laying mines all across the United States seaboard, eastern seaboard as well, so. Oh my fucking god, that's so loud. Oh, the Germans lost a lot of ships. Oh, that's the entirety of the French Navy. Yeah, we gotta keep doing this. In fact, if we got even... Like, if we got more naval bombers, we should assign them all right now. Because we know that the French Navy is here, so we should do our best to destroy as many ships as we can. Let's do the Naval Landing craft and anti-tank. We're not going to produce the anti-tank guns for a while until we actually have the techs, because I think it's wasted production. We'll use that production to build up stockpiles in something else instead. The medium tank 2, at what point do we start producing them? We should start producing them after medium tank 3. Oh, we should actually just completely disregard medium tanks and make modern tanks, actually. Guys, we're not that far off. Their production is 28 and medium tanks are 14. Yeah, so modern tanks are way higher production, but we're not planning on having a lot of medium tank divisions, or sorry, modern tank divisions, so really it should be fine. We should just have a small stockpile to sort of resupply and repair the broken ones, and then we'll have some very, very strong, very reliable, like a small force of very, very strong and reliable tanks. That's 2 submarines lost. How's that Submarine Tech coming? Still a while off. Want to get that snorkel on. Now look at casualties. I don't know if I did it last episode. So you could probably hear the reverb from my bottle there. Yeah, we gotta get this this destroyer stuff rolling. We gotta get the screen. Well, first the oil, of course, and then the screens. I'm still really perplexed as to what the design decision, or what the design sort of justification for Norway having 8 super heavy battleships. Like 8 pre-Weltkrieg dreadnoughts, which I'm going to assume just guzzle a shitload of fuel. And then not having any way of actually running them. I don't really know what the justification for that is. Right now we can't really even employ them as a strike fleet, because even if we did, they wouldn't be powerful enough to really go toe-to-toe with this stuff. This is just way too... What happened to the music? Has this song just been like yeeted off the soundtrack or what? Oh no, it's there. It's just very low. Oh yeah, it's coming. Yeah, we might want to stop operating with what's going on right now. But one fleet back at repair or for repairs, and then one is still now engaged. They're hunting for us while we're laying mines. We should actually set up our motorized, we'll set up the motorized part of our division here. So this is going to be the tank division, but it's going to rely heavily on motorized as like the backbone of it. I've actually never looked at motorized anti-tank and motorized artillery because this was added very recently. It does look pretty good. Honestly. It's got the same HP, so... Oh, sorry, that's the artillery. Never mind. No, it doesn't have the same HP. Right. Yeah. I mean, it still looks really good. I think we might do motorized anti-tank and motorized artillery in this. Well, at least do a motorized anti-tank. And then we'll replace this with modern tanks when we can. This way we don't have to make like self-propelled anti-tank guns like the Stug, like tank destroyers. Because they will eat up a lot of extra production to do so. Like you need an entirely different production line, which we honestly can't really afford. Dude, this is so stupid. I don't... Like, I'm not mad. I honestly am very much enjoying this, the silliness happening here, but I'm so surprised by what's happening. Like, if you look at the numbers... The Russians should be able to hold this in theory, but they just aren't, because they're all, like... shifting between Finland and Ukraine. So this is probably going to lead to a capitulation at some point. And of course nothing is like being pushed in here because of all the weirdness with the borders here. We could in theory try to push in here, which would... Let's try to see if we can provoke our allies to actually help us here. Doesn't seem like it. No. So this is going to remain static, mostly, I think. So our hope is for... Honestly, I don't really even know, like, what our hope is here. Maybe taking Italy and then pushing north. Maybe that's how we do it. Okay, we should stop trading for that much steel, get that civilian factory back so we can actually build the refinery a bit quicker. Katya commune is going to fall. Maybe once they fall, we'll have some troops committed to the north here. So if, yeah, that might actually be it. So if the Syndicalists push in Russia here, that gives them a border with an Entente nation, which means that that Entente nation can now push north instead. Maybe that'll be how it goes. God, that's so loud every time. Well, where are you, Dominion of India? Hey, we gotta do the, this thing again. Alright, that should be enough. Just gotta like put both fingers on the mouse and rapidly click. Because of, you know, of course, the player-led peace conferences mod, which allows me to manually ensure that... Did I just take that? I did take that. Which allows me to manually ensure that the different nations get the territory they're meant to get. Instead of the messy peace deals that the AI often creates. There is a mod called the Enhanced Peace Conference AI, but I'm not quite sure if I like fully trust that in Kaiserreich. Because Kaiserreich was designed with the basic peace AI in mind, I believe. For a second there, when that peace deal fired, I was so sure that the Russians had capitulated, and I was very scared. Imagine Ukraine stretching from, like, the Baltic to Siberia. Oh, the Kriegsmarine are just like... Oh, of course, so wait, no. Surely they can't not have any bases to go to. Yeah, they could send their ships down south to Africa. Or they could ask for basing rights from France. Can I offer basing rights? I cannot. Our production went up like a little bit, and it's going to go up a little bit more here, but probably not not gonna make the difference. And once the mines are done, we're getting our submarines out of here, and we're gonna start mining up the eastern seaboard of the United States. Honestly, the Pacific states have, I believe, captured... Oh my, who are you? Earl Warren. Young Earl Warren thought his career was doomed when his father, Matthias, was blacklisted for joining a strike, but instead it motivated the young man into excelling past his stigma. This prior stigma motivated Earl into joining numerous fraternities and lodges in order to intermingle with people that stigmatized... Please? That stigmatized his father, as well as serving in the military. His connections paid off and sent Earl into a life of public service, and eventually reached the governor's seat of California in 1932, where he steered the declining progressive movement towards the political center away from the even more declining West Coast Socialist Party. Earl became a progressive entryist within the Republican Party, pushing for national desegregation. Interesting. Let's see how much it went up by. It went up by like 42, 40, like 50 almost, actually. It's not bad, it's not great. Maybe this will do something. Who can we talk to for some oil? We'll probably have to buy it from Romania, I think. And in so doing, we'll have to sacrifice a factory, so... not great. We're already buying 8 oil from the Russian Empire. Actually, we're gonna stop doing that because they're gonna have trouble delivering on that in a little while. And in fact, we'll buy it from the Pacific States. And there we go, actually. Yeah, our production is actually high enough now that we can sometimes get a net positive. That's how you do it, you trade for oil. Oil is one of the greatest features added to this game. And the guns was a game changer for the simulation aspect of this game. Oil is such like an important factor in a lot of the decisions made by the state actors of this period, especially in regards to Germany and its general staff and their military decisions, such as, for example, pushing for the oil fields down here in Russia instead of pushing towards Moscow, which a lot of people, though I'm not quite sure if I agree with it, but a lot of people cited as one of the major reasons for Hitler's defeat in Russia. I think Hitler's defeat in Russia was kind of inevitable. Though obviously he could still have won, but I think that his defeat in Russia was kind of like the writing was on the wall. If he doesn't win immediately, he kind of loses because Russia takes a while to mobilize, and once it has, there's kind of no stopping it. In that period, at least. Anyway, so yeah, they decided to push down southeast towards the Don-Kuban Union in this world, but these regions here, which were rich in oil. And also they were pressed for time in general because they couldn't get oil from anywhere, so a lot of stuff in or a lot of aspects of oh, what the fuck is this? I just noticed. We gotta send troops. But yeah, a lot of aspects of German military thinking of that period and the periods before it were characterized by like a sense of urgency and a need for rapid victory. Quick and decisive victory, and this, we might get shot down here. We're completely abandoning Norway right now, but I think it is necessary. Because if we do not abandon Norway, we abandon Europe. Alright, so we're making some destroyers, cool. Well, so with a possible disaster here, I'm going to call this episode, and we will not do casualties because I did have a look at it in the middle and we are kind of over time and my voice is starting to go out. Instead, I will have a quick look at the focuses. I'll do Luftforsvaret. 75-year anniversary this year. But yeah, the Norwegian Air Forces, Royal Norwegian Air Force. Anyways, let's call the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like, you can reach me on social media using the links in the description down below. If you would like to support me, you can do so using the Patreon link in the description down below, or the Humble Bundle affiliate link, where you can buy the game, the expansions, or on my other videos, any of the other games I'm playing. Also, you can send it to your friends, and if they buy it, then I also get a kickback from that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.